This is the Honda Moto Compacto, and it is the most fun, goofiest vehicle I've driven all year.
You gotta like push it. Some you have to push it. Oh, there we go.
Have you ever seen a compact scooter that folds like a book and fits under your arm? Meet Honda's Moto Compacto, a game changer in personal transportation. The best part is that Honda sells this masterpiece of modern engineering at a very affordable price. The Moto Compacto is sleek, foldable, and runs on batteries, perfect for modern city life and making every day easy like we've never seen before. What is so special about the Moto Compacto, and why will it change the transportation industry forever? Join us as we reveal the latest scooter innovation that promises to change modern transportation. Honda's Moto Compacto scooter. The new Honda Moto Compacto scooter is a masterpiece of modern technology. If someone told you about the concept of a foldable scooter a few years ago, you probably would never believe it. Thanks to the innovative team at the Japanese company, the idea is no longer fiction. It is a reality that will change how we get around. It turns out this isn't the first time Honda has had this idea, except its current one is a lot more futuristic.
While the scooter has many positives, there are quite a few downsides too. I think the most notable thing, especially given its size, is how rough this scooter rides.
Back in the 1980s, Honda had this little scooter called the Moto Compacto. It was a foldable scooter meant to fit in the trunk of a car, almost like a sidekick to your main ride. But something shocking happened that kept the scooter away for several years. People loved the idea, but there was no way to power it with the available technology. Let's say it was simply ahead of its time. Fast forward to today, and here we are with the Moto Compacto, a modern version of the same concept, but way cooler and built for today's fast-paced world. What makes the Moto Compacto so unique? It is sleek, lightweight, and folds down into something the size of a suitcase. You can carry it with one hand or tuck it under your desk. Imagine riding this to work, folding it up, and then walking into the office like it's no big deal. That's the convenience Honda has brought into people's lives. The Moto Compacto was built for short, everyday trips, those little distances where a car feels too big and walking feels too slow. Think about your morning walk or that quick coffee run. With this scooter, you don't have to worry about parking, traffic, or gas. You just hop on, zip through the streets, and fold it away when you're done. Surprisingly, it is electric. That means no noisy engines, no fumes, and no guilt about adding to the planet's problems. With the Moto Compacto, you can move around without messing up the environment. Now you might wonder, is it easy to ride? Absolutely. This scooter was made for everyone, not just bike lovers or tech geeks. It's as simple as pressing a button, twisting the throttle, and off you go. You could figure this out in minutes, even if you've never ridden. Honda designed it as user-friendly as possible because they wanted it to be for everyone, young, old, experienced, or not. If you live in a city with a lot of traffic, you'll truly appreciate this. The Moto Compacto can ride through crowded towns and tight spaces. With this scooter, you're no longer at the mercy of public transport schedules or stuck in traffic jams. It's like having your escape route right in your hands. The team at Honda also paid close attention to the little details. They built the Moto Compacto to feel like more than just a machine. It had to feel like something you'd enjoy using every day. That's why it was given a clean, minimalist look. If you're wondering how Moto Compacto compares to peer competitors in the United States, like the Segway GT3 Pro, well, we have an answer to that. Unlike the Honda Moto Compacto, the Segway GT3 Pro is built for speed, boasting a dual motor system that delivers rapid acceleration and impressive top speeds. However, this power comes at the cost of noise. The Segway GT3 makes quite a noise, especially while cruising at top speed. Remember that the Honda Moto Compacto runs silently thanks to its battery-powered design. The Moto Compacto is ideal for urban areas where noise levels matter. Another major difference is portability. The Segway GT3 Pro is robust, designed with a sturdy frame and large tires, perfect for rugged rides but not for portability. You'll struggle to store or carry it in urban areas. That is another area where the Moto Compacto saves the day. You can fold it neatly into a compact shape. This makes it easy to carry into tight spaces like an office, a small apartment, or even onto public transport. Finally, let's talk maintenance. The Segway GT3 Pro has more moving parts that require regular upkeep, especially if you're using it for heavy-duty riding. Moto Compacto and the last-mile solution. Scooters like the Yamaha Aerox 155 have large frames and appear bulky. For instance, it has split LED headlights, digital instrumentation, and a sharp body panel. But the Moto Compacto has no unnecessary parts or flashy extras, just a simple design that does exactly what you need it to do. Think about it. Moto Compacto has a built-in battery pack you can charge at home, just like your phone, and if you care about fun, the Moto Compacto is just the ideal scooter.
And I'll show you the charger when we go back into the office, but plugs in behind that little flap right there, and if it's completely dead, it'll recharge in about 3.5 hours.
There's something incredibly cool about zipping through the streets on a scooter that feels like it was made just for you. It's fast enough to get you where you need to go, but not so fast that it feels intimidating. It's the perfect balance of speed and control. Trust me on this. You'll never price another scooter. Now that you know where the Moto Compacto came from, let's look at what makes it a game changer. You'll discover how this little scooter could change transportation forever. What sets the Moto Compacto apart from all others is how it handles the last mile problem. This is a common issue in transportation, such as public transit. For instance, a bus might get you close to your destination, but not quite all the way. Maybe your office is a mile from the nearest train station, or your favorite coffee shop is too far to walk. That last stretch can be frustrating. The Moto Compacto solves this by giving you a quick, easy, affordable way to cover short distances. It bridges the gap between where you are and where you must be. The Moto Compacto doesn't go fast. It's fast enough to get you where you need to go without feeling rushed or unsafe. This makes it perfect for city streets, where speed limits are lower, and then there's the cost. First, owning a car or even using ride-sharing services can get expensive. Gas, maintenance, parking fees, it all adds up. The Moto Compacto is affordable to own and operate. Since it is electric, you don't have to worry about gas prices. You can simply charge the Moto Compacto at home, which is cheaper than filling up a tank, right?
Now, Honda designed this thing to be small and compact and complement its upcoming series of electric vehicles, starting with the Acura ZDX and the Honda Prologue. But it also works well with a gasoline vehicle. Pretty much anywhere you can toss this thing into a trunk or bring it onto a train, it's kind of ideal for.
Regarding maintenance cost, the Moto Compacto has fewer parts to maintain, meaning fewer trips to the mechanic and lower repair costs. It's a one-size-fits-all solution for so many everyday situations, but what about the environment? This is a big deal right now. People are looking for ways to reduce their carbon footprint and live more sustainably. The Moto Compacto is Honda's way of contributing to that goal. According to Honda, the scooter produces zero emissions and aligns with the company's 2040 carbon neutrality goal. By encouraging individuals to adopt personal electric transport, Honda is addressing critical environmental challenges while improving urban mobility. That means cleaner air and less pollution in our cities.
Honda will accelerate the development and offering of such energy technologies and services in conjunction with the launch and by applying battery management technologies that Honda has amassed over many years of our development of hybrid electric vehicles, we can minimize the risk of battery degradation.
The Honda Moto Compacto has a portable battery-powered design. Maintenance is simple and stress-free. If convenience and quietness matter, the Moto Compacto takes the lead here. But there is something more interesting. As revolutionary as it sounds, does the Moto Compacto fit into the bigger picture of urban transportation? Let's find out. Can the Moto Compacto break the market? The Honda Moto Compacto has all it takes to compete in urban transportation, but can it truly break the market? That's the big question. On paper, it ticks many boxes: compact design, affordability, eco-friendliness, and a futuristic vibe. But market success depends on more than just the specs. It is about timing, competition, and how well the public accepts the product.
Around town, it's a lot of fun. We need maybe a Moto Compacto plus size, so you could do 2-up on it, even though that defeats the purpose, but it's so small, easily fits in the truck, only weighs 41 pounds.
Let's make a quick comparison to understand this better. In the United States, E-scooters like the Bird 1 or Lime Gen 4 are popular choices for urban transport. They have solid construction, longer battery life, and are built for shared use. For instance, the Lime Gen 4 has a top speed of 20 miles per hour, a range of 20 to 25 miles, and weighs about 50 pounds. They are bulky and impractical for personal ownership due to their size and lack of portability, but Honda's Moto Compacto is built for personal use. It weighs just 41.3 pounds, and remember, it folds into a compact suitcase, measuring 3.7 inches thick, 21.1 inches high, and 29.2 inches long. The Moto Compacto is powered by a 6.8 mAh lithium-ion battery, which charges fully in 4 hours using a standard 110-volt outlet. This setup offers a range of 12 miles on a single charge and a top speed of 15 miles per hour.
It's not lightning fast, but I think in the sport mode, which is the number 2 mode, it goes up to 15 miles an hour. That's more than enough.
While these numbers are small compared to rival larger e-bikes or shared scooters, they're not bad for use over short distances. It's a product engineered for convenience rather than power. Fleets of trucks usually take around shared scooters like Bird or Lime. The trucks burn a lot of fuel, undermining the environment. But Honda designed the Moto Compacto with a commitment to sustainability. It has a recyclable aluminum frame, which ensures durability while keeping the environmental footprint low. It is also essential to talk about costs. While high-end electric scooters and bikes often cost over $2,000, Honda has priced the Moto Compacto much cheaper. Some models sell for as low as $995. Despite the low price, the Moto Compacto also has a safety cutoff feature. Here is how it can save your life. When there is an emergency and you press the brakes, the motor shuts off immediately. This innovation has its share of challenges, though. Honda needs to build an urban infrastructure to catch up with competitors. Many cities lack dedicated lanes or parking spaces for electric scooters, making it difficult for users to use them safely. Remember, you can carry it into buildings, but not every urban commuter wants to lug their scooter around once they reach their destination. That's not all. Honda's focus on urban commuting will deprive users in non-urban areas. These areas might not have the dense traffic that makes compact mobility essential, but they still need affordable, eco-friendly solutions for short trips. For instance, students on college campuses or workers commuting within large business parks could benefit from the Moto Compacto.
Maybe your office is like a couple blocks away. It's uptown, downtown. You could easily just hop on this thing, ride the bike lanes, get to where you're going, fold it back up, bring it into the office, charge it, and it shouldn't be an issue.
Many users have also complained about the lack of a Honda ecosystem. Imagine Honda creating an app that tracks battery levels and mileage, suggests optimized routes, alerts users to nearby charging points, and provides maintenance tips. By integrating the Moto Compacto into a digital experience, Honda could provide added value beyond just the physical product. According to the CEO, Honda is working on community-building features, such as user rewards to reduce carbon footprints and gamified rewards for frequent riders. Winners will receive free charges, part replacements, and free parking services. Experts believe this approach would set Honda apart from competitors, promoting customer loyalty. The Moto Compacto would become a lifestyle essential. We are about to reveal what could be the most innovative part of it all. Honda plans to allow users to personalize their scooters shortly. To break that down, users can buy removable storage compartments, smartphone holders, or even custom skins for the frame. How far will that go? For instance, students might appreciate a built-in backpack attachment, while urban professionals buy portable charging docks for their scooters. Very few scooters provide extended-range battery packs or weather-resistant covers today. Honda is taking us right into the future. The Honda flying car that is unlike any other. Imagine having a car you can drive straight up into the sky. This isn't a big, roaring jet. It is a sleek, fancy car with seats for you and your friends. Honda means real business about these flying cars. Other companies, including those in China, are already putting forward their own flying cars.
Chinese electric vehicle maker XPeng's flying car has made its first public flight, taken to the sky in Dubai.
But Honda's flying car is totally different from all of it. Like it really stands out. Let's get into how Honda made this dream a reality. With their years of experience in car manufacturing and even jet building, Honda is the only company that has both Federal Aviation Administration certification for the body and engine of an aircraft. Over the years, they have been focusing on aircraft, focusing on how they can come up with advanced technology. Successfully, they have really been progressive in doing this, and now they have stepped into the game of flying cars. What makes Honda's flying cars incredible and outstanding in the automotive market is its amazing capabilities and features, and at a very affordable price. What are these features? Keep watching as we get right into it.
We had a lot of confidence with the design, which basically led us to the designs that you're seeing now.
Now let's start with safety. That is obviously the first thing one should consider. The car is designed with 8 little rotors for taking off and landing, and 2 larger ones for keeping it moving once you're in the air. If one rotor has an issue, the others take over, to ensure you land smoothly and safely every time. They even have a unique hybrid power setup, something that runs on both electricity and gas. While other flying cars need to be recharged often, Honda's hybrid power means you can go much, much farther without stopping. While other electric flying cars can manage about 62 miles on a single charge, Honda's hybrid design lets you fly up to 250 miles. The engine's technology is borrowed from their experience in Formula One trademark racing.
High-speed generators from F1, battery and motor technology from its hybrid and electric cars.
So the power behind the rotors is strong and reliable, making sure this car flies fast and efficiently. And while it's powerful, it's also easy on the environment, which aligns with Honda's goal to create a cleaner, safer world where cars don't just move us, but actually make life better for everyone. Honda didn't stop at just making the car safe and eco-friendly. The design itself is incredible. It has a sleek shape and spacious windows. This will make passengers have a beautiful view from every angle. It also has a special place for your luggage, so your stuff is safe and secure, even when you're up in the air. It has room for a pilot and 4 passengers. This flying car is perfect for family trips or for giving friends an experience they'll never forget. What makes Honda's flying car stand out even more is that they're not just thinking about today, they're thinking about the future. Honda sees this as the first step in bringing us closer to a time when cars, flying and otherwise, won't just take us to new places, but will bring new possibilities. They're looking ahead to a time when we might be able to go further than just our cities and towns. They're aiming to create vehicles that could even venture into outer space one day. By using all the skills they've gained over the years in areas like electrification, robotics, and combustion, Honda is opening up a world of possibilities. Some companies from China, others from the United States, are also racing to get their flying cars off the ground.
San Mateo-based company Aleph Aeronautics announced that the Federal Aviation Administration has approved its Model A flying car, making it the first car approved for use of this nature in the U.S.
But Honda's model, with its carefully balanced design and robust hybrid engine, sets it apart from other flying cars. Many of these other flying car concepts rely solely on battery power, which limits their range. However, Honda's hybrid combines electric power with a small gas turbine to cover greater distances without worrying about charging every hour. While flying cars may sound wild today, Honda is working to make them as common as the car in your driveway. It's clear they're serious about changing how we think about travel, bringing us closer to a future where taking a flight in your own car is no different than starting your car for a grocery run. And with that $4,999 price tag, it almost seems like a dream, right? But Honda has found a way to make these flying cars affordable for people everywhere. It's as if they want to make the dream of flying, not just a luxury for a few, but a reality for everyone. This new step forward of cars will let us explore our world in ways we never could before. Of course, Honda is not the only company trying to make flying cars, but Honda's history of success and commitment to safety sets it apart. They're using all of their expertise from their work with robotics, hybrid cars, and even their experience with jets to create a car that doesn't just fly, but flies with style and confidence. But no matter how incredible these flying car details sound, there are also speculations generally about flying cars, and these speculations are just so hard to ignore. Stay tuned as we delve into it. Concerning speculations about flying cars sounds pretty exciting, right? For a long time, people have dreamed about flying cars, imagining what it would be like to escape the roads and see the world from above, just like a bird. But as incredible as this sounds, there are also concerning things to consider. Let's start with safety. Safety isn't just about technology and training, it's also about people feeling comfortable with the idea. For some people, the idea of flying cars is scary.
Before you're able to drive yourself, and then you get a license and you get out on the roads and you realize what a terrible idea this would actually be. Because the vast majority of people can't drive on the ground, let alone driving in the sky.
They worry about accidents or about something falling from the sky. This means flying car companies would have to work hard to gain people's trust and show them that these cars are safe. It's one thing for a car to break down on the road, but worse if it goes wrong up in the sky. One of the biggest questions is how these cars would actually fly. Cars are great at driving, and planes are great at flying, but putting the two together isn't so simple. Right now, flying cars like that of Honda, as mentioned earlier, use rotors that help lift the car into the air. For these rotors to work, they need a lot of power. But here's where the challenge comes in. Flying cars would need super strong batteries, or something similar, to give them enough energy. Batteries need to last a long time to make flying cars practical. After all, we don't want to be worrying about our car losing power while we're up in the sky. But with our current technology, batteries are only just getting powerful enough for regular electric cars. Making batteries that are light, last a long time, and can lift a car into the sky is not a simple thing. There's also the risk associated with pilots or drivers. While most people can drive a car on the road with ease, flying involves sailing through three-dimensional space, avoiding both buildings and other flying vehicles. Training requirements for operators of flying cars would likely need to be more strict than those for road vehicles, and there would need to be guidelines for emergencies. This level of training could limit the number of buyers who are interested in purchasing the car. And there's another issue to think about: the rules. Cars on the road follow rules, like stopping at red lights and driving on the right side. Flying cars would need their own set of rules, and they'd probably be a lot more complex than regular driving rules. Aviation authorities, which are the people in charge of making sure everything in the sky is safe.
The aviation system is governed by regulations. Just like the rules for driving on a road, regulations are necessary.
Would have to come up with these new rules. This would mean figuring out things like where flying cars can go, how high they can fly, and who gets to use them. Managing the airspace for flying cars is another issue. The current air traffic system is designed to handle a manageable number of planes with specific flight paths, destinations, and regulations. If hundreds or thousands of flying cars took to the air, the demand on air traffic control systems would multiply badly. Imagine the risks associated with congestion in the sky, where flying cars would share space with planes, helicopters, and drones. This eventually happening without a robust management system would be very chaotic and dangerous. The need for an organized airspace would mean creating new communication protocols, and possibly even technology that allows flying cars to automatically avoid each other. That will be like a smart driving system in the air. It's not even about individual concerns or new set rules that will come in place. Companies and our environment are to be considered as well. What would likely happen? You should know all about it. Sit tight as we share more. Unhealthy competition and environmental concerns about flying cars. Competition between companies trying to produce more of these flying cars has turned into something else. Each company has its unique approach, be it hybrid engines, vertical takeoff and landing technology, or specialized designs for urban environments. While competition usually drives innovation, it can also lead to shortcuts in the name of speed and profit. Some companies might rush their product to market to get ahead, and will end up neglecting safety standards, thorough testing, or environmental considerations. And again, the commercialization of flying cars could result in monopolies or exclusive partnerships, where only certain companies control large portions of the market. Pollution is another inevitable concern, and not just in terms of carbon emissions. Even electric-powered flying cars, which are heralded as cleaner, come with environmental baggage. Batteries involved in the extraction of rare minerals, harms ecosystems, and creates hazardous waste. Once these batteries reach the end of their lifespan, disposal or recycling becomes an issue, especially considering the high volume of batteries required to power flying vehicles. The amount of energy needed to charge and maintain an entire fleet of flying cars could also strain resources, and it will end up suppressing the environmental benefits that they aim to provide. Also, producing and maintaining flying cars could lead to material waste. If not managed carefully, flying cars will contribute to pollution badly. Flying cars will require a whole new set of skills. Unlike driving, flying demands a different level of awareness, including altitude, weather conditions, airspace, and emergency procedures. To ensure safety, serious training programs will be necessary, which will be time-consuming especially for a busy family man or woman and might even be costly. And not to forget, the maintenance. Unlike road vehicles, flying cars would need regular and thorough maintenance to ensure all parts are functioning properly. In the air, even a small technical problem can have catastrophic consequences, as it's much harder to make an emergency landing compared to pulling over in a regular car. The cost of these maintenance will also make people reconsider purchasing these flying cars. All these challenges are hard to ignore, but the thought of owning a flying car is really exciting. Each problem, from battery life, air traffic, noise, safety, or cost, is basically like a puzzle that engineers, development team, and governments are working to solve. As they overcome all these hurdles, flying cars, especially the outstanding ones like the one produced by Honda, will change the world in ways we can barely imagine. Okay guys, that's a wrap for flying cars. For this reason alone, many companies and designers have made proposals on how the Tesla Semi can be transformed into a motorhome. Removable solar panels would be added to make it better, helping the vehicle to be more sustainable. It would have the same battery pack as the standard Semi, but would be charged more regularly thanks to the solar panels at work whenever the vehicle stops. If this happens, the concept would give a more quiet and smoother travel experience compared to traditional motorhomes that run on diesel. It would revolutionize road travel in the long run, and many people are in for it. But there's more. As stated earlier, this concept motorhome would outclass the Tesla Semi in design and functionality.
The Tesla Semi is an all-electric Class 8 heavy-duty truck and is created to address a vehicle segment that accounts for 18% of all vehicle emissions in the country, semi-trucks.
But while this is to be expected, a more detailed analysis tells us just how impressive this feat alone is. For context, the Tesla Semi has a full load capacity of over 80,000 pounds over a distance of 500 miles. The typical load of a motorhome is about 40,000 pounds, and without the extra weight associated with the base Semi, the range would surpass 600 miles, depending on weather conditions and the design of the finished product. With half the carrying capacity of the base Semi, the motorhome would no doubt last much longer on the road. Designers hope that the vehicle will be more streamlined to reduce air resistance and save more energy so the vehicle can reach even higher ranges of over 800 miles. It would have removable solar panels by design, made to help the Cybertruck harness solar energy while parked or not in use. This would be a great asset for campers and travelers, as the solar panels would ensure that there would be more energy to use without needing to rely on charging stations. Living conditions would be much better than anything expected in traditional motorhomes, with a spacious kitchen, bathroom, and lounge designed to prioritize comfort with efficiency. They plan to do this without compromise, transforming the Semi's cab and trailer into an ideal home anyone can put up with. To meet this standard, several appliances would be needed, and all of them would be powered by the same large battery that powers the drivetrain. Things like air conditioning, heating, entertainment systems, and kitchen appliances would be used in this vehicle, and with all of them relying on the large battery, there would be little need for external generators. There would be an electric motor that would keep the Cyberhome as quiet as possible, which would make travelers feel at home on the fly. Adding to that the smooth acceleration and driving mechanics of an automated Tesla, we have a much more comfortable experience than what everyone is used to.
It means that we can really shove a lot of current in a very, very small place. So, for those that have worked and charged their cars on a V3 supercharger and the cable is nice and, maneuverable, it's the same thing here, but now we're just shoving a megawatt through it.
This new and improved Tesla Semi would have the most advanced driver assistance technologies, including the famous autopilot feature, which offers to drive the vehicle over long distances without needing any input from the driver. Navigating highways and rough plains would be a breeze, giving the driver the chance to enjoy the journey without focusing on driving. This, of course, would be a much more sustainable option compared to diesel vehicles. There would be zero tailpipe emissions, providing a much cleaner alternative with reduced after effects on the environment. This motorhome would have advanced charging capabilities similar to other Tesla vehicles, but knowing the company's tendencies to go behind expectations, don't be surprised if things get better than this. To keep up with the other products from Tesla's catalog, it would no doubt be able to do a lot of things typical Teslas do, and that included fast charging. Given the current trend with the company's products, the motorhome should be compatible with Tesla's supercharger network, known to achieve over 70% charge in about 30 minutes. It would also work with their special wall connectors that can be installed in homes. As of today, they can charge the Semi's battery with up to 44 miles of range per hour. This gives a full charge overnight, convenient enough to align with long trips that involve stopping at various places to rest at night. The options become more flexible with the use of a mobile connector, a tool capable of providing up to 30 miles of range per hour when connected to a standard outlet. The inbuilt solar panels of this machine would generate more power, and with Tesla Powerwall built in, there would be a lot of energy stored from the solar panels. This would ensure there is always a backup source of energy at all times, especially in remote locations. It is often said that home is where the heart is.
Here it is. We've got the Model Y over here, and you can see we're charging it right now with the wall connector. On this side of the garage, you can find the Tesla mobile connector that's connected to the 110 outlet.
With this in mind, the motorhome would most likely come with many options for customization. For a company known for thinking ahead, figuring this out shouldn't be difficult. Nobody would call it home if it doesn't rhyme with their tastes. For this reason, the motorhome would allow for different living arrangements depending on what the user wants from it. There would be options for extra sleeping space, entertainment areas, and more space for work. This wide array of options would ensure that the product appeals to a wide range of people, from close-knit families to introverted nomads. There would be a chance for everyone to enjoy feeling at home in the vehicle. But with all these features powered by a huge battery relying mostly on solar energy, comes a huge problem. This huge problem, as many can tell, is heat. For a company known for wrestling with thermal issues for almost a decade, how are they going to turn things around this time? Well, this is where it gets interesting. Thank you for staying with us. What could be happening at the secret chamber of Mount Rushmore? Share your opinions with us in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, click the following video on your screen and you will enjoy it.